What's good with it, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. Y'all know who it is. Your boy Real Talk Boxing back at you again. So, Roy Jones Jr. says in his prime, he could have dealt with Deontay Wilder. He says that the current heavyweights don't have enough skill to have beat him and Mike Tyson. I know this is sort of old news, about a week and a half old, but I'm just not coming across it, and I want to address it. Now, a lot of people I've seen out there have been doing reviews over this topic and talking like Roy Jones was saying that he could beat Deontay Wilder at 51. No, the question was asked, in his prime, how would you have dealt with Deontay Wilder? And Roy Jones Jr. reaction, his answer to that question was, yeah, I could have dealt with him. You know, stay up under his power, stay close to him so he can't utilize his reach. Basically, be aggressive, because the only thing you have to watch out for is that power, right? Exactly. So that's what Roy Jones said. He said the top three heavyweights right now, well, that's changed since then. We all know Dillian White has been ranked above Deontay Wilder now. Dillian White is ranked number 3, and I like that. I like that a lot because he hasn't been given his just due and he hasn't had his shot at the WBC title, which may come should Fury face Deontay Wilder. When and if he beats Deontay Wilder, Dillian White is next in line for the WBC heavyweight crown, a shot at the title, which he clearly deserves. He's been waiting for so long, and he deserves his just due. I know everybody wants to make a fight unification bout, but let Dillian get in there and get his crack. He should have been got his crack. But for some reason now the WBC is pushing up on Tyson Fury, telling him that, hey, Dillian White is next. It's mandatory. Why weren't they doing that when Deontay Wilder had the WBC? Explain that to me. But anyway, that's for another video. So Roy Jones said, yeah, he could have dealt with him. He said the only heavyweight now, only one top heavyweight that has skill lacks power, meaning Tyson Fury. He said that he would have a problem with Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury knows how to use his reach. He knows how to move for a big guy, but he lacks power. So how would he keep me, meaning Roy Jones, off of him? Now, I'm not talking about a middleweight Roy Jones. I'm not talking about a light heavyweight Roy Jones. I'm talking about heavyweight Roy Jones. Some of us may or may not know he did fight a bout at heavyweight, and he beat John Ruiz for his title. WBA, I believe. I believe it was WBA heavyweight crown that he beat for. Did he beat John Ruiz to obtain? So we're not talking about a smaller Roy Jones. We're talking about 198, 200-pound Roy Jones Jr. Now, here's my thoughts and here's my opinion on that. My opinion on Roy Jones stating that in his prime as a heavyweight, should he had faced Deontay Wilder, he would have won. I totally believe that. And it's not because I'm not a fan of Deontay Wilder. I know what some of you may say, or gonna say. Yeah, we knew you were gonna say that, Real Talk. We already knew that. No. Yeah, hear me out. Roy Jones in his prime was special. Very, very special. The most athletic fighter that ever lived, in my opinion. You know that. I've stated it. Roy Jones had speed and power. He wasn't so much textbooked. You know, he wasn't a textbook fighter. He didn't do things technically sound because at the time he was so young and so athletic and his reflexes were like a freaking spider monkey. He didn't have to. He got away with things in the ring because he was just a freak of nature. Now, at that time, at heavyweight, I believe Roy Jones would have beat Deontay Wilder. He would have beat him easy because, you know, Roy Jones wasn't stationary when he was in his prime. He was always moving, constantly moving his head, constantly switching angles. It's when he was on a decline is where he started fighting flat-footed. 1 punch, 2 punch at a time. Laying up against the ropes, putting his earmuffs on. That's a no-no to do against someone like Deontay Wilder. And you saw that in the Bermane-Stavern fight. That's all Bermane-Stavern, all he did was cover up. And all Deontay Wilder did was just tap him with that jab and ran a straight right on him every single time. But in Roy's prime, he wouldn't have been able to do that. Had he had caught Roy and Roy didn't get knocked unconscious and he got up from that straight right, Deontay Wilder wouldn't have landed it again, because Roy Jones was that type of fighter. You didn't get over him more than once. So I believe, should Roy Jones Jr. had faced Deontay Wilder when he fought John Ruiz back in 2003, Roy Jones all day. All day. And it's not because I don't like Deontay Wilder. It's just, to me, it's just factual. It's just factual. You know what I mean? So, but at age 51 right now, nah. Roy couldn't touch any of the top 15 heavyweights right now. I mean, I can't think of any top 15 heavyweight fighter, top 10 fighter that he could actually beat. He couldn't. It's not feasible. He's slowed down. He's significantly older. He's stagnant. Movement's gone. There's some speed still there, but there was talk of some people saying that Roy Jones could actually probably beat Deontay Wilder. That was Mike Tyson. People saying that Mike Tyson could actually beat Deontay Wilder at age 54. And I'm going to honestly say I don't know about that. I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. But it's possible. But as far as Roy Jones at his age now, no way at all. But back in his prime, at 200-pound heavyweight, yes, definitely. He would have wiped the floor with Deontay Wilder. That's my opinion on it. What's yours? Comment below and let me know. As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Peace.